It's really difficult pointing. I end up trying to click like it's a mouse and trying to make it scroll. I'm like, why isn't it scrolling?
Okay, attention. Hi, I am Vít, or Martin Mocko by the real world name. First of all, I'm sorry for not preparing the slides, but I you don't laugh. But I had a lot of trouble organizing all this. I was a little bit ill and everything. And when I finally got to prepare the slides, the OpenOffice hanged in some endless loop where it was allocating memory. Of course, I haven't saved it, so never mind. I don't have any slides. I only have my notes written in Notepad or whatever. So it will look a little bit funny. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about. Many people now mention virtualization. There are a lot of high-level style speaking about it as a sort of a black box but a few people say what it actually can do, how it works. Usually only people who have written some hypervisor know how does the virtualization work. So, first of all, we need to define some terms. Well, the basic virtualization by Intel is named VTX. That's Intel Virtualization Technology. There's also, again, that's Intel Virtualization Technology for x86. There's also a VTI, that's Intel Virtualization Technology for Itanium. Well, first, when I think AMD had the first virtualization, we could say that was a proper virtualization. And Intel, to catch up, was only releasing partial virtualization and is eventually adding the features which AMD had since beginning. So, there was the second generation, VTX2, which we could say is the update to VTX that lacked many features. Another feature, very major one, that was lacking in VTX was virtualization of memory. I rather wouldn't describe how it was supposed to be done originally, because that's hell. So by now, Intel is finally selling CPUs that support proper hardware virtualization of memory called EPT, that's extended page tables. Then also for virtualizing other stuff than CPU, there are two technologies, VTD, Intel Virtualization Technology for Directed I/O. That is the virtualization hardware that sits on, I think it's on Northbridge, where it controls each part connected to the Northbridge, what it can access to, what it cannot access. I'm not sure exactly, never used it. And I'm even less sure about VTC, that's Intel Virtualization Technology for Connectivity. If I understand right, it is something on the onboard network card, but I'm just guessing. I really never looked into this one. In this talk, I will only talk about the VTX and only about 64-bit version of VTX, or the version on 64-bit capable CPUs. According to manuals, virtualization can be present on 32-bit only CPUs. I have never seen one. I have heard it is on some mobile or handheld devices where the 64 bits are sort of an overkill, not needed. Okay, so now, first thing, if we are going to play with VTX, is to determine whether our hardware and software supports it. So, what has to support VTX virtualization? It has to be supported by CPU and by motherboard. The motherboard part is mostly important because its firmware has to support virtualization. The firmware is a BIOS code, so it might be that all your hardware supports virtualization, but you cannot use it because your firmware does, because we have old version of firmware. So sometimes it is needed to update your BIOS in order to get virtualization. Also, even if the firmware supports it, virtualization can be enabled or disabled in BIOS. Actually, the way it works, I will describe it later, is that virtualization is enabled by default and BIOS can decide to disable it. So some old BIOSes didn't touch virtualization at all and it was possible to use it, and some BIOS vendors just decided to not give an option and just disable virtualization even on boards where it would be possible to use it. There was a lot of talk about this. No, it's vendor decision, so whatever they want. And so once your hardware and firmware supports virtualization, you can check support for it programmatically by using the CPU ID function 1 and testing the VMX byte of the returned ECX register. That's bit 5. If that bit is set, you have virtualization support, you can use it. Maybe not, I will talk a bit later. But also, there is one catch which is pretty undocumented. Even if your hardware supports virtualization, but not your firmware, this bit says whether the CPU is virtualization capable. So even if virtualization is disabled by BIOS, this bit should be set. But not really. There is some undocumented method, at least in Intel BIOSes, which somehow enables BIOS to programmatically set this bit to return 0 even if your CPU is virtualization capable. I have seen this. My machine returned 0 on this bit when I had the old firmware. After I upgraded my firmware, this bit returned 1. So there is some undocumented way to do this. So even if your machine returns 0, it doesn't mean you don't have the support in hardware. It may mean you don't have the support in firmware. Okay, now first we need to spend some moment over the new modes. When we are going to do virtualization, we have to start in ring 0, 64-bit long mode. Again, I won't talk about the 32-bit virtualization. On 64-bit machines, you have to be here to enable virtualization. And then there is a new mode introduced that you have to go to from a 64-bit long mode in order to use new virtualization instructions. This is called VMX root mode. That's the mode that VMX host or the hypervisor runs in. This VMX root mode is basically almost same as the ring 0, but it is a bit more restricted in a meaning that you cannot have any volume in any register. There are some, I think, fixed volume. It only allows you to do what you need for hypervisor, not the full featured ring 0. But what it allows you is to use the new VMX instructions. There is some dozen of them, so I'm not exactly sure. Some people call this mode ring -1. So when we're going to play with virtualization, we first have to go from the normal ring 0 to this VMX root mode. Once we start the virtual machine or the guest runs in so-called VMX non-root mode. which means it is either ring 0 or ring 3 or anything you had on old CPUs. Just that it is now running under the hypervisor and certain events are virtualized. And of course it is possible once you are in the VMX root mode, it is possible to get back to normal non-VMX ring 0 mode. Fair enough, we'll talk about this today. However, it is not possible to completely undo all changes. I will explain it right now. Well, so how? I said in order to start doing anything with virtualization, to start using VMX instructions, you have to go to the VMX root mode. To do that, you need to do a couple of things. First, there is one MSR register. It's 3A or IA32 feature control, in which there are three bits that are of interest to us. We have these two bits that enable you to use the VMX on instruction. VMX on instruction is the one which brings you into the VMX root mode. You can enable the VMX on instruction to be used inside system management mode or outside system management mode. And once you do this, you also have to set the long bit, which disallows any further write access to this register. So it is after this register is locked, it is only possible to modify it by rebooting CPU. You can usually, or how it is meant to be, this MSR is set by BIOS. BIOS decides if it allows you to start hypervisor in system management mode that is meant for trusted computing, or whether it has to, if it is allowed to start hypervisor outside system management mode, or if it's not allowed to start hypervisor at all. So it writes according values to this register and locks it by setting bit 0. But not all BIOSes do that. Some of them just leave the register unlocked and you can decide what you want. This is the thing that I said cannot be completely undone when you are returning back to non-VMX mode. What Fran will talk about. Okay, so setting up this register is the first thing we have to do. Second thing is that you have to have the CPU in certain state in order to enable VMX root mode. That is, you have to be in 64-bit long mode. I already said that. You have to have memory mapping enabled. That's somehow missing there. Of course, A20 is off. And there is another thing. You have to set CR4 register bit 13. That is, this MSR register is the part which is supposed to be done by BIOS in order to allow VMX on instruction. And your code, or whoever's code that wants to use it, also has the control by this CR4 bit 13. Also, there are some restrictions, as I said, over the VMX root mode, and some of them are described in it's not that fun. Some of these restrictions apply to CR0 and CR4 registers, and you can check these restrictions programmatically but based on those 4 MSR registers here, 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 and here. Now, another thing is if you want to do it properly, this process of enabling VMX root mode and virtualization has to be done on every logical CPU. That means if you have multi-core CPU like Intel Core Duo or something like that, you have to do it on every logical CPU. I think that this talk would be helpful. When everything of this is done and a shitload of other checks, well, I think in my code I decided to implement all checks that are mentioned in manual, and it's probably the longest file I have in my sources. So once all these checks are done, you just use the vmxon instruction. Now the next slide. This is the vmxon instruction. To use that, you need to create vmxon region, which is sort of per logical CPU context for the hypervisor. So you have one per every logical CPU, not per virtual machine. You have to create it first. Size is given in those MSR register bits, but usually everyone I have seen uses just 4 kilobytes because that is guaranteed by manual to be the biggest size possible. Once you have that region allocated, it has to be allocated in memory with a specific caching setup, I'm not sure of memory. You have to initialize it by writing the VMCS revision identifier to it. I think the first word. And when you have done this, you have to pass this vmxon region as an argument to the vmxon instruction. Well, the Intel manual on this point is written really badly. That's impossible to understand how to pass pointer to vmxon region to the vmxon instruction. So the way to do this is the argument to vmxon instruction is logical or virtual address of a keyword in memory that holds the physical address of vmxon region. Manual basically just says pass the address of vmxon region to vmxon instructions. Doesn't say how. This took me almost a week to figure out. Okay, so now what can happen? If something went wrong, and you can be sure many things will go wrong, you either get general protection fault, or you get, or if it's not that bad a problem, the carry flag is set, and carry flag is set, and you have no more info, so you have to try everything to figure out what's going on. Also, there's a possibility that you are already running under a hypervisor, and in such case, vmxon is case to hypervisor, and it can do whatever it wants. So anyway, after we have done all this, we are in the VMX root mode. Now we have to set up hypervisor, set up virtual machine or virtual machines, and do all the other stuff. So to set up the virtual machine, we need to create a special structure called VMCS. That's, I think, virtual machine control structure or whatever, I'm not sure. And we need to have separate VMCS for every virtual machine that we use. The VMCS is loaded, or maybe you could say maybe activated by VM pointer load instruction. It must be aligned on 4 kilobytes. Size again is given by the same MSR. It's at most 4 kilobytes, so everyone uses just 4 kilobytes. I don't know what I wanted to. Oh yeah, I forgot to finish this. Access is done by 2 new instruction. It is, I think, VM write and VM read. Those instructions to access VMCS, it's VM write and VM read. Yeah. So it's So now, what is in the VMCS? Well, we don't know the exact structure, how it looks in memory. As I say, all the access is done to current VMCS, that means the one that was loaded by interload. And all the access is done by VM write and VM read. And its structure in memory is not guaranteed, it is subject to future change. That's why we use those instructions. I guess it's a sort of future compatibility. But it complicates some stuff, that's another topic. So what information we have in the VMCS? There are several, we could say, types of information. The most interesting usually is the guest state. That is a description of the state of virtual machine. Stored there are, for example, contents of many registers of the guest or the virtual machine. Like its control registers, its descriptor table pointers, its debug registers, like this. All of the information which represents state of CPU of the virtual machine. Then there is another set of fields called host state. This information holds some information about the host or the hypervisor. This is used when we go from a virtual machine to hypervisor. The state of hypervisor is loaded from here. So here are just some the most basic stuff that you need to switch to hypervisor. Not everything, just some as much as is needed. And then there are 4 special fields. First one is virtual machine execution control. This specifies on which events we want to break guest into hypervisor and do some virtualization. So, for example, you may want to virtualize access to, say, debug registers. So there is a field in virtual machine execution control which says break on debug register access. You can either set it and then every access to debug register breaks into hypervisor, or leave it 0 and then it doesn't. So I think it's clear. This is execution controls. There is only somewhat limited set of events that can directly break to hypervisor. Usually only those which can be needed in common virtual machines like Zine, VMware and such. There isn't everything we would like there to be for other purposes. So then, next set of fields is VM exit control. This one controls when there is a break from the guest from virtual machine to the host, to hypervisor. These controls say what to do upon the exit. For example, you can decide which MSR registers of the guest should be stored for you to see their value. Because some MSR registers are rewritten from the host state. Of course, not all MSR registers can be stored for the host to inspect because there is a lot of them. So this is one thing that you can set there. What MSR registers? I can't think of anything else that's there. So this controls what happens or what extra stuff happens upon the exit from virtual machine to hypervisor. Then there is VM exit information. This tells you what is the reason of the VM exit, of the break from guest to the host. So for example, it can say guest accessed debug register, guest accessed control register. There was an exception in a guest that you wanted to break into hypervisor, stuff like that. It gives, I think, pretty nice info, everything you need. You see, for example, if there is a write to control register, you get the control register number, the number of register that general purpose register that is being written into it. Everything you need for easy virtualization handling. So even this, thanks to this, is just a couple of registers. You don't need to do disassembly and inspect what's being done. So this is, I think, quite nice. And the last set of fields is VM entry control. It is basically the same as VM exit control. It says what extra stuff is supposed to happen upon the resuming of a virtual machine. Usually you can, for example, load some MSR registers for guest. And maybe some. You can also, for example, inject interrupt to guest, so the guest doesn't continue execution but gets interrupt first. Okay, so these are fields in VMCS. We need to set up all these fields first before we can even start some virtual machine. Once we have everything set up, we use VM launch instruction to start the execution of virtual machine, or to pass the execution to the virtual machine. So what happens here? First, the CPU state is loaded from what we had in VMCS guest state. And also a little bit of information is in VM entry control, but mostly it's from VMCS guest state. There's many checks there. And this is a part where we'll probably spend several days trying to figure out what was the problem. There also, this is launching such a virtual machine is a quite big process, because you have to load almost all CPU registers from VMCS, and there are several stages where it can fail. And therefore there are 3 ways how this instruction can fail. Maybe it seems weird to talk about how instruction fails, but believe me, it's not. It's the funniest part of this instruction. So, first fail is VM fail invalid. That is failure in very early stage. For example, if you haven't loaded VMCS by the instruction. What?
You understand.
So if you haven't loaded VMCS pointer, you get this type of fail or things like that. If the fail is in very early stage. If you have the VMCS and you start loading from VMCS, but you discover some basic error. For